Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here. And last time we created Lazav, who's a mage, and we went through the
Oh, glad you're
harrowing,
all
and we
right.
just came out
They
of that.
carried you in this morning. I didn't even realize you'd been gone all night. I've heard about apprentices who never come back from harrowings. Is it really that dangerous? What was it like?
Okay, so it says we're friends, but don't do this, I can't tell you. Well, I don't know that yet, but apparently that is a thing. We're not supposed to talk about the harrowing.
There must be something more, or they'd tell the apprentices what's involved. I know I'm not supposed to know, but we're friends. Just a little hint, and I'll stop asking, I promise.
I'm like trying to give you stuff, because I feel for you. You're my friend.
Really?
We
That's
entered the
it?
Fade. Yeah,
That makes
I won't go
sense.
into the
They want to see
killing
if you can
stuff.
resist the demon and stop yourself from becoming an abomination. And now you get to move to the nice mage's quarters upstairs. I'm stuck here and I don't know when they'll call me for
And
my
then he put the
harrowing.
rest of the pieces together. I'm cool with that. So Jowan seems a little upset that
I've been here longer than you have.
he's been here
Sometimes I think
longer
they
than
just
us,
don't
and
want to test me.
yeah, that is odd. Well, maybe we should talk.
The tranquil never go through a harrowing. You do the harrowing, the rite
Yeah,
of
tranquil. That's
tranquility, or you die. That's
another
what happens.
term we have to learn. We'll learn more about tranquil in this video. Well, or right
You've
now.
seen the tranquil around the tower, like Owain who runs the stockroom. He's so cold. No, not even cold. There's just nothing in him. It's like he's dead but still walking. His voice, his eyes are lifeless.
So what did they do?
He's been made tranquil. I don't know how they do it exactly, but you're cut off from the Fade. It takes away your magic abilities, along with your dreams and emotions.
That sounds terrible.
The Fade is the dream realm. Maybe it's a side effect of being cut off from the Fade. No dreams, no emotions?
That could make
Apprentices
sense.
can ask to be made tranquil if they fear the harrowing. But the Circle also forces tranquility on those they feel are weak. And sometimes they force it upon apprentices they think might be too dangerous as mages. I shouldn't waste your time with this. I was supposed to tell you to see Irving as soon as you woke up.
What for?
You didn't tell me. About the harrowing, I'd guess, but you never know with Irving. You'd better not keep him waiting. We can speak later.
Alrighty.
Did you hear anything? Is he all right?
Oh, we leveled
Is he
up.
awake?
We'll take care of that in a moment. We have a treasure here. An acolyte staff. We can equip that. We can level up. We need more magic power, that is for sure. Something else I'm kind of learning, or at least I learned about Dragon Age 2. I'm not sure if it applies exactly here, but the stats. So strength is basically like the attack stat for warriors. Dexterity is like the attack stat for rogues. And magic is like the attack stat for mages. So does my rogue need strength at all? I mean, maybe to equip certain weapons or armor if we're going that route. But beyond that, like the strength stat doesn't... will it not do anything for us in combat as rogues? It certainly doesn't seem like it in Dragon Age 2, but I did go back and I looked up my old Dragon Age 2 file. That's how I'm making this comparison. But what about... My thinking is just, if they were completely separate for each of the three classes, why would I ever need to give my rogues magic or my warriors magic? You know what I'm saying? Why even have that stat available? Why not just have the 4 stats for everyone if all they really need is 4 stats?
Hello there.
Okay, you people are not interesting at all. So this is the circle tower. So it's 3D, it's a tower, it has multiple floors, and yes, it confuses the heck out of me every time I play this. I always have a hard time keeping track of where I am, where I'm supposed to go. It also doesn't help that this map is really not that good for this one. Like, there's maps where in this circle tower, where it looks like there's supposed to be a wall, and there's not. Or it looks like there's not supposed to be a wall, and there is. Or a door, and it just... It's frustrating to me. The door.
No, you may not. I'm surprised you ask. I would have thought you'd be used to this idea by now. Only mages on official circle business are allowed to leave the tower, and the first enchanter has not informed us of any mages leaving the tower today.
So they have quite the system of keeping mages in the tower. And then they tell the public to fear mages because the magic is very dangerous and they could go rogue and become blood mages and all this. And while those are very true things, telling the whole population to just like fear all mages, it's only driving more of this. Like you're not doing any favors for your community. Apprentice cowl. Let's see what this is. This is a hat. It gives plus 5 mental resistance. That's a very magey hat there.
You can bend other.
There's some people kind of talking about blood magic there. So blood mages are, of course, like the evil mages. It sounds evil to begin with, right? Well, it is very much considered like universally evil. And so blood mages will actually, well, they use blood to cast spells. As far as combat goes, they use like their own HP to cast magic, and it's stronger magic from what I understand, but obviously there's a lot of consequences to it. And we'll also find that blood mages can also like summon demons and specters and stuff from the Fade. And we'll find that that's a locked door down in the basement that we can't do anything with. Awesome. And they can use, yeah, blood control. They can use blood magic to, like, control other enemies and such. And have them fight each other. Alright, so we are exploring through the tower in this episode. There's going to be...
You don't want it sputtering and leaping about. That's what causes most of the injuries.
I really should be concentrating on the flame.
You think?
Ah,
Look at how...
congratulations on your heroin.
How are they allowing flames like that inside? Like, wouldn't you want to go to, like, an outdoor area where the fire can burn and not potentially destroy an entire library? But I don't know.
I hope that's not true.
Good. And what do you think that means? Can anyone tell me? I heard your harrowing went well. That's wonderful to hear.
The Templars
Yes.
scare me. They always look so mean.
Oh, I wanted to finish
I'm going to be a
hearing what
powerful
he
mage
said.
when I grow up.
What's the...
I heard the Templars talking about chasing down a Malefica yesterday.
No, that's not... Say the other thing.
Have you ever seen an abomination?
Okay, well, that came out more lame than I thought it was going to based on the text there.
If I had put all my power behind that spell, you would have been obliterated. I am not your enemy.
I'm terrible at spells.
Yeah, alright, well, practicing some explosive magic and shield magic there. Dragon Age does kind of build up mages to be, like,
Jowan's been acting weird.
the best class to play. Yeah, I have seen him. I just talked to him, actually. He's just nervous because he hasn't had his harrowing, but we had ours, and we're moving up in the tower, and he's not. Which, those are very understandable concerns. And then we get to this floor, which is, I'm going to call this the confusing floor. Because this is where we have doors that doesn't look like... yeah, all those problems with the maps are about to come into play here. So this is Owain the Tranquil. He is,
I voluntarily submitted to the rite of tranquility. I was unwilling to undergo the harrowing. I find this state agreeable.
You sound like a zombie.
I see the world with clarity. I remember the days when my mind was filled with inconvenient and seething emotions. Now things are simple.
I don't know. While we have, like... I don't want to say good emotions or bad emotions, because I don't want to say that there's, like, such a thing as having a bad emotions. But, you know, like a roller coaster of emotional different effects.
I would perhaps compare it to being plunged into
I think that is kind of good for us as people. I'm speaking in general, not just in the context of this game.
If you want something from the stock, you must...
Yeah, I don't need anything from the stockroom. You people aren't interesting. Okay, now I have like a whole bunch of places to go. At least it seems like I have a whole bunch of places to go. You see, that barely doesn't even... That looks like a solid wall there to me. Like, that is not showing much of a door.
Oh, hello.
Like I said, I have problems with this map.
Are you new to the circle?
Well, I'm a newly mage that completed the harrowing.
I'm sorry. There are so many of you, and I get confused. Not to mention, these old eyes are starting to go.
Understandable. Maybe someone could help you fix them.
You're too kind. I'm old and about to fall apart. Nothing in the world can fix that.
Okay. What about magic?
Not any magic I'd be caught doing. Anyway, did you need something?
I was just chatting.
I'm not good at talking. Too much chatter makes my head throb. Don't you have lessons to get to? Shoo!
That's kind of a rude ending there to an otherwise pleasant conversation. Anyways, Circle Tower, as you can see, we have tons of bookcases and just tons of codex entries. I'll tell you right now, this mage section is going to be 4 full, like 25 to 30 minute episodes. Actually, the last one's going to be a little bit longer because we're going to show the conversations that happen as soon as we get to Ostgar that I've been skipping on all of the other intros.
I think someone's here to speak to you, Senior Torren.
And I remember when I first played this intro, this was like such a long intro, and I got...
mages with a common agenda.
I think I ended up giving up on it at one point and coming back to it later. Just because I got lost wandering around here, and there was just so much dialogue.
I'd go hide alone in the wilds if I could. But you know they just brand me an apostate and hunt me down. There is no leaving the circle. It's till death do us part. Romantic, isn't it?
Apostate. Okay, I don't need you to define apostate. I mean, they kind of already defined it. Apostate is a mage who has left the circle, is not supposed to leave the circle, and is basically on the run from the Templars and the circle.
Hello. Congratulations on your harrowing last night.
And they're generally considered hostile. The thing I find kind of odd, more so odd about the second Dragon Age game rather than this one.
Together to make their voices heard. The most influential fraternity are the Equitarians. They are moderates and believe in a code of conduct that all mages should adhere to.
Yeah, more proper
Then there are
nouns.
the Chantry apologists, the loyalists. The Chantry says something and they follow it to the letter. The Lucrosians just want to make money. And the isolationists would like us all to be hermits and live on an island. Then, of course, there are the libertarians. They want more power for the Circle, more autonomy.
Yeah, so all these different fraternities of mages is...
If I had
I don't
to,
think we
I'd
need
say I was an
to...
equitarian, but I ducked out of the fray a long time ago.
Yeah, let's not
Most of
concern
the
ourselves with this.
Chantries
I don't
are
even remember
libertarians.
this
Irving,
aspect
Wynne,
of
Sweeney, Ulrid's a
of
libertarian
Dragon
and a
Age
loud
culture. We'll
one.
put it that way.
Mages have enough opposition from the outside without tearing our circles apart with infighting. But what can you do? enough.
Yeah,
Good day
that's
to you.
enough of this conversation. Anyways, what was I saying? I was talking about mages. That's not vague at all. Oh, hi there.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't hear you come in. I'm sorry. I'm terribly busy right now. I have to prepare the room before the Grey Warden is done at his meeting with Irving.
Oh, the Grey Warden. We know what Grey Wardens
Yes,
are. That's
Duncan, his name is.
Duncan's
He must be
here.
here to talk to Irving about something important.
Oh, yes, that
You
reminds
know,
me.
I almost became a Grey Warden once.
So, Dragon Age 2, like,
There
you
were
run
several
into a
of us
lot of
chosen,
enemy
though the
mages,
Grey Wardens
like, a
only
lot
wanted one
throughout the
recruit.
game.
They
And I
only
just
ever had
I just
one
have to
mage,
wonder,
you
because
see.
they're not, like,
I think they thought
within
I
a
was the
circle
best
tower like
candidate,
this.
But I was young and foolish, and I said I
It's
wouldn't.
I just find it odd,
Someone else instead.
because this game would have you believe that pretty much all the mages are either here at the circle tower, all the mages of Ferelden, I should say, are in the circle tower here, or there's like a few that are scattered about, but you'll see that they have a way of actually tracking down mages. We'll learn about that in a bit. I won't go into too many details here. But they have a way of tracking down these apostate mages. So you really don't have a lot. And anyone who's born that starts showing signs of magic talent, they get reported to the Chantry, because of course they do. Because of the whole fear, this little kid is showing signs of magic, so we have to contact people and send him away to the Circle Tower to live for the rest of his life. Because that's what the people have been conditioned to do. So you'd think that there are very few other mages running about, and for the most part in this game, from what I recall, anyways, is that we're not going to run into too many enemy mages that aren't, like, directly labeled as apostate or blood mages. But in Dragon Age 2, there's like so many different enemy mages. It almost makes you wonder about the whole.
I am Cullen.
Are people really fearing them the way that they are here in Ferelden? Maybe it's just different for different areas.
Glad you didn't.
I don't know. I thought Templars liked killing mages.
Honestly, I've never seen an abomination.
I'm not gonna say that to
or been
Cullen
called on
here.
to slay one.
So you
Gregor
could have
would
made a
have guided
mistake.
me. Something must happen. But what if it's not obvious? Could abominations be walking among us right now?
I would think it'd be pretty obvious.
This is still new to me. Maybe one day I'll be as
I don't care
dedicated
for
and
any of
driven
those
as Knight
responses.
Commander Gregor. You must be busy. Perhaps we can talk another time.
So Templars, think of them kind of like the police, but they police mages, basically. And so you have some that will be fine and happy and are just like there to protect mages, make sure things don't go wrong. And then you'll have some Templars that actually enjoy enjoy killing mages and will take any opportunity without hesitation to enforce that idea and get away with it, of course.
I hear Irving's very proud.
And actually, the lead Templar, Gregor,
Oh, it's you.
he greatly dislikes mages.
Ah, this is infuriating. Another batch destroyed. Say, have you seen Owain? Is he in the stockroom?
Oh yeah, I just spoke with him.
Oh, excellent. He wasn't there last I looked. I hope he still has some cinnabar lying around. When I asked last week, he said he was running out.
You might have to go to Cinnabar Island for that.
Don't you have something better to do?
Oh, can it? I just wanted to talk to people. There's so many people to talk to and so many codex entries. Yes, I'm going to pick them all up here because we get 50 experience for each one. And this leads us back into the stockroom, which, so there's 2 exits to the stockroom room there. And that also adds to my confusion in this 3D place. Someone else to talk to.
Who exists in the sight of the Maker.
Let's stay silent.
Blessed are the penitents who seek his return. Blessed is the prophetess, purified by flame. May the chant reach the Maker's ears and tell him of our contrition. So let it be.
Yeah, just be respectful to her.
Oh, I didn't see you there. I recite the Maker's blessings every day. It brings me peace in troubled times.
Remember when I was comparing the chantry in their religion to Catholicism? The whole recite the Maker's blessings things, reciting the same words over and over, like a specific thing. That's false comparison. Catholicism, you guys know. You know what I'm talking about.
Forgiven and my curse will be lifted.
Curse?
Magic. What else?
So some people have even been so far as to condition to think that magic is a curse.
Causes such misery. It's dangerous and vile and wicked. The chantry must protect the world from us.
Isn't it up to individuals and how you use your magic? Like, it's just a tool, really. It's a tool, it's a special talent, special skill you have. You think you should be protected, you think the world should be protected from you. So what are you going to do with magic that would be unsafe for the rest of the world, huh?
Magic. If I could, I would dedicate my life to the chantry, but they would never take me in. Perhaps this is just something I will have to suffer through. I should go. My mentor only allows a few minutes each day for religious contemplation.
If you dislike magic that much, become tranquil. You can do that voluntarily. Which, that's a whole nother idea, but maybe for her, if she thinks that the world needs to be protected from her in her magic, then...
I heard about your
yeah.
harrowing. Congratulations.
No, thank you. You're still talking to me. I've long since run away. You didn't initiate a conversation cutscene there, so... Yeah, you can't be that important.
Nothing to see here.
There's a door behind you, so I disagree.
Many have already gone to Ostagar. Wynne, Aldred, and most of the senior mages. We've committed enough of our own to this war effort.
Your own? Since when have you felt such kinship with the mages, Gregor? Or are you afraid to let the mages out from under Chantry supervision, where they can actually use their Maker-given powers?
How dare you suggest?
Gentlemen, please. Irving, someone is here to see you.
Hi, we finally got here. It took us most of the episode, but we're here now.
If it isn't our new brother in the circle. Come, child.
This is...
Yes, this is he.
Well, Irving, you're obviously busy. We will discuss this later.
Of course. Well, then, Where was I? Oh, yes. This is Duncan of the Grey Wardens.
Hi there.
You've heard about the war brewing to the south, I expect. Duncan is recruiting mages to join the King's army.
Yep, we've heard about it in all of the intro sequences.
With the Darkspawn invading, we need all the help we can get, especially from the Circle.
We know what Darkspawn are. We know, yeah.
The power you
Sure.
mages wield is an asset to any army. Your spells are very effective against large groups of mindless Darkspawn.
Well, I
fear
haven't
if we
learned
don't
any of
drive
the
them back,
large
we may see
AoE
another
spells
blight.
yet.
Duncan, you worry the poor lad with talk of blights and Darkspawn. This is a happy day for him.
We live in troubled times, my friend.
We should seize moments of levity, especially in troubled times. The harrowing is behind you. Your phylactery was sent to Denerim. You are officially a mage within the Circle of Magi.
My phylactery? This is where we're going to learn about this. I mentioned this
May
earlier.
not remember, but blood was taken from you when you first came to us. This blood is preserved within a phylactery.
So they can be hunted if they turn apostate.
We have few choices. The gift of magic is looked upon with suspicion and fear. We must prove we are strong enough to handle our power responsibly. You have done this. I present you with your
See, I'm not sure how they can track mages that have, like, run away and become an apostate by having a phylactery of their blood. I find that a little concerning.
without saying that you shall not discuss the harrowing with those who have not undergone the rite.
But they don't really go into details of how they can do that tracking. So just know that they can.
The day is yours. Impetuousness is ever the province of youth, I see.
I will return to my quarters.
Would you be so kind as to escort Duncan back to his room, child?
Sure. He's a nice, honorable guy. We'll do
The
that.
guest quarters are on the east side of this floor, close to the library. Now, if you'll both excuse me, I have matters to discuss with Gregor.
Alright, well, with that, Duncan, you're going to have to wait to be escorted... Ooh, pile of books, because there's a pile of books there. You're going to have to wait to be escorted to your quarters. Is there anything else in here first? No? Okay, well, we can do that. We can jump right in and do that next time. So I'll see you then.